Welcome to Inspirational Stories, where you hear all kinds of stories that will help inspire you through and through. One day, in a small village tucked away in a remote corner of the world, there lived a young man named llElevenLabs. llElevenLabs was born into a poor family and had to work hard to make ends meet. His parents were peasant farmers who struggled to provide for him and his siblings. llElevenLabs had always dreamed of a better life for himself, but he knew that his circumstances made that a challenging goal to achieve. llElevenLabs had a love for learning, but his family could not afford to send him to school. Despite this, he was determined to educate himself. Every day, llElevenLabs would wake up early and walk miles to the nearest town, where he would spend the day in the library, reading books and studying as much as he could. He was determined to make the most of the opportunities he had, no matter how limited they were. Years passed, and llElevenLabs grew up to be a young man. He had a deep desire to use his knowledge to help others. One day he came across an advertisement for a scholarship to study abroad. The scholarship was only available to students from disadvantaged backgrounds, and llElevenLabs knew that this was his chance. He applied for the scholarship and worked hard to impress the selection committee with his academic achievements and passion for social justice. After months of waiting, llElevenLabs received the news that he had been awarded the scholarship. He could not believe his luck. He packed his bags and set off to a new country, eager to learn and explore the world beyond his small village. As he stepped off the plane, llElevenLabs was overwhelmed by the new sights, sounds, and smells. Everything was so different from what he was used to. However, he was determined to adapt to his new environment and make the most of the opportunity he had been given. llElevenLabs' first few months were challenging. He struggled to make friends and adjust to the new culture. However, he refused to give up. He worked hard and soon began to excel in his studies. He made friends with people from different backgrounds and learned to appreciate their differences. llElevenLabs' scholarship program required him to spend some time working with an organization that promoted social justice. llElevenLabs was assigned to work with a charity that provided education to underprivileged children. This was a cause close to his heart, and he threw himself into the work with passion. llElevenLabs spent his days teaching children who had never been to school before. He saw firsthand the impact that education could have on their lives. Many of the children were from poor families, and llElevenLabs saw himself in them. He knew that he could make a difference in their lives, just as education had made a difference in his. Over time, llElevenLabs' work with the charity began to attract attention. People in the community began to take notice of the difference he was making in the lives of the children. They were inspired by his dedication and passion, and began to support the charity in different ways. llElevenLabs' work with the charity led to more opportunities. He was invited to speak at conferences and events, where he shared his story and inspired others to take action. He became a beacon of hope for the children he taught, and for others like him who had grown up in poverty and faced limited opportunities. As llElevenLabs' scholarship program came to an end, he faced a difficult decision. He had to decide whether to return to his small village, where opportunities were limited, or to stay in the new country where he had found so much success. After much thought, llElevenLabs decided to return to his village. He knew that he could make a difference there and that his community needed him. llElevenLabs returned to his village as a changed man. He had a newfound sense of purpose and was determined to use his knowledge and experience to improve the lives of his fellow villagers. He started by opening a small school where he could teach children who couldn't afford to go to school. llElevenLabs' school quickly gained popularity, and he found himself teaching more and more students. As llElevenLabs' school grew, so did his impact on the community. He began to organize events to raise awareness about the importance of education and to encourage parents to send their children to school. He also started a program to provide free school supplies and uniforms to underprivileged children. llElevenLabs' efforts did not go unnoticed. The local government soon recognized his contributions to the community and offered to support his school with funding and resources. llElevenLabs accepted the offer and used the funds to build more classrooms and hire more teachers. As the years passed, llElevenLabs' school grew into a thriving institution that provided education to hundreds of children in the village. Many of his former students went on to achieve great success in their lives, breaking free from the cycle of poverty that had held them back. Adewale became a source of inspiration, not just in his village, but in the neighboring communities as well. People came from far and wide to seek his advice and guidance. Adewale had become a symbol of hope and resilience, a living example of what a poor person can achieve with hard work and determination. Looking back on his journey, Adewale realized that his struggles and hardships had only made him stronger. He had never given up on his dreams, even when the odds were stacked against him. Adewale had proven that a poor person can achieve anything they set their mind to with hard work, determination, and a little bit of luck. Adewale's story is a reminder that no matter how difficult life may seem, there is always hope. With hard work, perseverance, and a never-give-up attitude, anyone can achieve their dreams, no matter where they come from or what challenges they face. Adewale's story is an inspiration to all those who dare to dream of a better future for themselves and their communities. I hope you learned something today. Thank you for listening. See you next time.